A watch is sold at a gain of 16%. If it had been sold for rupees 60 more, 20% would have been gained. What is the cost price of the watch? So let's say that this is the cost price of the watch. Now, first case, it is being sold at 16% profit. And the second case, it is being sold at 20% profit. And the difference between these two prices is rupees 60. And we want to find out what is the cost price. So basically, if we express these two relationships in terms of the cost price and equate that in terms of this number given to us, then we'll be able to find out the value of the variable, which is the cost price. So here we can write the equation or the relationship in multiple ways. So the first way is the difference between these two is rupees 60. So the difference between these two is 20 minus 16, which is 4%. So what this means is the 4% of the cost price is equal to rupees 60. So we can write this as 4% of cost price means 0.04 times CP is equal to 60. So let's say this is 1. Let's just look at how we can express this in multiple equations. And then we can solve any one of these to actually find the value of the cost price. Now let's look at another way to write this equation. So the watch is being sold at a gain of 16%, and if it had been sold for rupees 60 more, 20% would have been gained. So the selling price at a gain of 16% plus rupees 60 is equal to the selling price, which is giving us a gain of 20%. So in other terms, 1.16 times CP, and if we add 60 to it, is equal to 1.2 times CP. So this is our second form of writing the same expression. So let's solve this one. So let's bring the cost price on one side. So we'll keep 60 here on the left hand side, and we'll bring this on the other side. So 60 is equal to 1.2 times CP minus 1.16 times CP. So 60 is equal to 1.2 minus 1.16. So 1.2 minus 1.16. So this can also be written as 1.20. 1 carryover. So 10 minus 6 is 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0.1 minus 1 is 0. So 60 is equal to 0.04 times CP, or CP is equal to 60 divided by 0.04. We can remove this decimal and put 2 zeros here. So 4 ones are 4, 2 carry over, 4 fives are 20, and then remaining 2 zeros. So this is equal to 1500 rupees. So if you note, while we were solving this equation, we expressed this equation in this form, and this is nothing but what we found out earlier on. So 0.04 CP is equal to 60. So there are ways by which, if you express the problem in the form of an equation, you'll be able to calculate it much faster. So if we directly arrive at this equation, we can quickly calculate that the cost price is 1500. But if we formulate this equation, of course there are some steps that we have to follow. We'll of course eventually get to the same answer, but it may take a little bit more time.